Oh, he's in Mrs. Mills' class, right? Yeah. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get going. I'm going to present my screen. We're going to go back to that assignment that we have been working on.
Hi.
Hello. So in Google Classroom, we've been doing the Ancient India notes. So if we scroll down to our Ancient India notes and open it up, we've had the PowerPoint that we were working on. We don't need to open that one up today because we're going to go to the half-drowned sailor story. So we finished up the notes yesterday on our Google Slides using the PowerPoint. We're going to open this Jones half-drowned sailor, and it will look like this once you get there. So go ahead and take a minute.
Are we going to watch the video first?
No, at the end.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and get that pulled up. Let me know when you got it.
How come there's 3 assignments on there?
What do you mean?
There's another assignment on Google Classroom.
I did add one.
What is that one about?
It says India Valley Park.
Yeah, we're going to do that one after we finish the half-drowned sailor thing.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I already got everything opened, even the other one.
Good. All right, looks like some of you guys are getting there. Go ahead and just get that opened up. We're going to read it, answer the questions, and be done. I'm going to get it zoomed in so that it's a little bit better. Oh, no, not 50. Okay, I think that's as good as it's going to get. Oh, well. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and read through it while you guys are pulling it up. If you are still working on getting it pulled up, that's totally fine. It's a really short story. We're going to read it, and then there's a couple questions on slide 2 that we're going to answer. So let's start with slide 1. The story of the half-drowned sailor. This story says, more than 2,000 years ago, in the years 116 BC, a shipwrecked Indian sailor was found half dead along the sands of the Red Sea. Coast guards brought the sailor to the Egyptian court, where he spoke in broken Greek before King Ptolemy VIII. To save his life and to gain favor with the king, the sailor promised to guide the king's navigators to India using an open sea route that was far shorter than was known to the Egyptians at the time. Indian and Arabian merchant sailors had long known the uses of the monsoon winds, which had enabled them to sail directly across the oceans. By keeping the knowledge of the winds to themselves, they controlled the sea trade for many centuries. So this right here, sea trade, means like the actual, like taking a ship across the sea to trade your goods with someone else. So let's say Egypt has a lot of wheat and barley that they can sell to make bread, but Greece has a lot of olives. I don't know, I'm kind of making this up. In order to trade those things and trade the barley and the wheat for the olives, they had to sail across the sea to get there. So this sea trade was a really big deal in ancient times because it's not like they had airplanes to fly like big cargo jets full of goods across the seas. They had to take ships. So sea trade was a big deal back then. And for India and like other countries right around there, they knew about the monsoons, that the wind could carry their ships in the right directions. So they were able to control how sea trade and all those different deals happened for a long time because they knew how the winds worked the best.
You think that's how Christopher Columbus got lost?
Probably, something like that.
By a monsoon?
Mm-hmm. So until this time, Egyptian and Roman ships laboriously, so not very easily, hugged the coastlines, fearful of the open sea. Trading voyages took many months longer. King Ptolemy entrusted an adventurous seaman known as Exodus of Cyzicus, I don't know how to say that name, with this mission. As recorded by the Strabo in his geography, a direct journey to India was successfully guided by the Indian sailor in 118 BC. So 2 years after he landed on the sands of Egypt. Is it Egypt? The Red Sea. Departing in midsummer, around July, they took advantage of the winds as they sailed across the Red Sea. With the help of the southwestern monsoon, it would have taken them only 3 weeks to cross the Indian Ocean. They would have made their stops and ended their voyage at the northwest harbors of India in September. Relying on the northeastern monsoon winds, Exodus would have set sail for home during the month of December or January. The king's navigator, Exodus, returned to Alexandria with a cargo of ivory, aromatics, and precious stones within that year. Previously, such a voyage would have taken more than a year. That would have taken probably at least 2 years before to do that sailing trip across the ocean. Now they have a better way to do it. So 2 years later, in 116 BC, Exodus repeated the journey, traveling without the Indian sailor. Though using the monsoon winds, he was blown off course and landed on the coast of Ethiopia, perhaps not yet mastering the northeastern monsoons. Eventually, he did make his way back to Alexandria. Curiously, I don't know how to say this, Periplus of the Erythraean Sea, a sailing manual, so a book about sailing, was written in 40 BC. It attributes the discovery of the monsoon winds to a navigator named Hippolos. Both Pliny and Ptolemy also credit this to Hippolos, with no mention of Exodus. Opinion remains divided even to the present day, so they can't decide on who wrote this book, whether it was Exodus or Hippolos, whoever that is. Okay. In any case, the discovery of the monsoon winds was an event of global significance, so worldwide significance. During the next 2 centuries, so the next 200 years, vast numbers of Alexandrian ships sailed directly to Indian marketplaces, bypassing the Arabian ports. Trade between Asian and European markets dramatically increased due to the demand for exotic goods. The secret of the monsoon winds, shared by a shipwrecked Indian sailor, connected east and west for the millennium to come. So they had these 2 areas. India's over here, and then you have Europe over here, and there's the Red Sea in between. They really struggled with getting across the Red Sea for a really long time until this half-drowned sailor washed up on the shore and taught them how to use the monsoon winds to get back and forth between the 2 lands. Kind of the gist of this story. So let's go ahead and answer some questions here. And we can go back to the story and find our answers if we need to. We'll start with our first box, the top left. It says, how was the discovery of the monsoon winds an event of global significance? How did it help the world in that time?
It helped them sail faster and better.
And probably because they knew the route more. Because they probably knew where it was going to be.
Good. So the discovery helped them sail across the ocean easier. And more directly because they knew the route, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good. So it really helped them sail it easier. And it allowed them to trade what? What were they allowed? Well,
Goods.
yeah, goods. Yeah, and by goods we just mean
type the
things
same thing you type.
Yeah, you can type exactly what I type. That's totally fine. We're just going to work through these couple of things together today.
No, I mean, do we have to, though? Because I want to.
No, you can go off
Okay.
book if you'd like to type your own stuff. Ba-ding. You can't find the what? The site. It's on Google Classroom, Gabriel. It's under social studies. It's called Ancient India Notes. And then we opened up the one that says Jones Half-Drowned Sailor. And it's
For
on the
me,
actual website.
for me, it says Charles Half-Drowned Sailor.
Oh, that's good. So it must change depending on the student then.
Mine is just Joan half. Well, no, mine is just my name and then a what is that minus sign or whatever it is called?
The dash.
Yeah, dash, and then it says Jones half Jones Taylor.
Yeah. It might say that on other people's too. But I don't know why it would not be there, Gabriel. Maybe reload Google Classroom or scroll down, maybe. Like there's there might be a little scroll bar. You might have to scroll down a little bit as part of the assignment, maybe. Possible. Alrighty. So, our next one, second one. If you were an Indian sailor seeking to trade in Africa, when would be the best time of the year to leave India? So now we need to think about the monsoon seasons. We talked about winter monsoons and summer monsoons and the way that the wind was blowing. So, do you guys know where Africa is in relation to India? Do we need to pull up a map to talk about it?
No,
So we need a map.
I know where it is.
All right, we're still gonna pull up a map.
Okay.
Okay. World map. Here we go. Zoom in on it.
Miss Jones, I think I need some reading glasses.
Too small? Sorry.
Yeah, when was at work, she was gonna try to make an appointment. I
It's
think
not.
this Friday.
That's good. Alrighty, so we're an Indian sailor. We're living in India, right? And we
Yep.
need to sail to Africa, which is this big continent right here. So we need to go north, south, east, or west. Which way is it if we go left?
You need to go south, then you need to go west. I know. Yeah,
Where's
west,
the compass?
and then you have to go north.
Good. We need to go, well, just in general, we need to kind of go to the left, southwest, right?
You could just go through all the little lakes and rivers that are right there.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
they
know
go,
where to go 'cause I don't
I
see
didn't
the
even know
compass.
how close China was to India.
it is close.
Russia is huge.
I know. Charlie, what's your question?
Russia?
I don't know where to go because there's no compass to tell us which way is which.
But not all maps have a compass, right?
There is no compass on this map. That is correct. Oh, oops, my bad. Hang on. Sorry. There is no compass on this map, but no matter what, when you're looking at a map, north is always going to be up, south will always be down, and then to the left, anything to the left is west, and then once you go to the right, it's east.
What if you're
So
reading it upside down?
Well, if you're reading a map upside down, then just flip everything upside down, but also you'll know it's upside down because the words will be upside down, so you flip it around.
The map looks so big. The weird thing about it is that I wonder why Christopher Columbus thought it was flat.
I don't know. Definitely not flat.
He's a dork.
Yep. They also didn't have all the
Maybe-
technology back then that we do now, so there's that
Miss
as well.
Jones, maybe like the first map they came out with, maybe he thought it was like kind of like the same thing. The world is kind of like on the map.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's why they thought it was flat.
I
'cause
want
they
to go
couldn't
to
measure.
Australia. I want to go to Australia. It looks fun there.
It would be cool.
I'm still on the first one.
Okay, well, let's at least answer the second one so we can get it typed out. So if we're in India and we need to travel southwest. Thinking about our PowerPoint from yesterday, what time of year should we leave? When? Let's see. Let me pull it up from yesterday.
Summer. Then it's not all cold.
You should leave around in summertime. That's my guess.
So if we look at our maps, here we go. Here's an arrow of the wind is going from northeast to southwest, so it's blowing from the southwest, right? And if we want to go this way on our map, this is the time of year we need to leave when the winter monsoons are hitting. So what time of year should we leave if you look at our paragraphs?
Winter.
Miss Jones, my computer is like glitching out.
It's about to what, Yoshi?
My computer's like glitching out, so it's kind of hard for me to hear what you're saying.
Okay, do your best. Sorry. And I heard the answer. It's October. You want to leave in October to catch the wind.
Isn't there winter monsoons in like July, August, and stuff like that?
No, their winter ones are in October to April, so around winter time.
But in Australia, the winter is on July and all that, and then summer.
Oh, yeah, because it's in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the best time to leave India to go to Africa would be in October because you're going to use the winds behind you to help you travel across that sea. Ooh, sorry. Alrighty, let's take about 2 minutes to get that typed out.
It kind of rains a lot there.
It does, yes. Definitely during the summer monsoons.
You think the story of the half-drowned sailor is actually real?
I don't know.
No.
It might just be a myth of how they learned how to travel across the oceans. All right, I'm going to just scroll over so that we can look at the other one. The last one. Well, the last small box. We have one more after this. This one says, imagine you are that same sailor and you just finished trading in Africa and you need to come home across the sea. Now when should you leave to help?
Summer.
In the summer, but what months? Think about our things. So the winter monsoons go from October to April. What about the summer monsoons with those winds?
April to October.
April to October. So you want to leave somewhere in that time frame.
You'd have to stay there for a while then.
Yeah, but it probably took you a while to get across anyway. So you might be there for like a month or so. This time you want to leave in April so that the winds are behind you going the opposite direction to help push you across the sea. Okay. Give you a couple minutes to type that one out. Whew.
I'm done.
Alrighty, we're gonna wait about 1 more minute and then we'll do our last question down there.
Why did you clap?
I didn't. I popped my knuckle.
Oh.
Yeah, or cracked it. Whatever. Same thing.
Why did you
John
clap?
science and social studies are the two main things I like.
Good. I'm glad you like them.
I like math and social studies.
My two things I like to do are rollerblade and rollerblade at the skate park.
Those are the same thing, aren't they?
Well, rollerblading is like
You
a
go there by yourself a lot.
well, I can't think of anything else I like very, very much.
Okay.
You
Let's
go there-
finish up this assignment.
You go
Okay.
there by yourself a lot.
All right. Our last question there says, how does the history of the monsoons show the advanced knowledge of the Indian culture? So how do we know that they had some advanced thought processes about the monsoon, based on the monsoons? What do you guys think?
What was the question again? I wasn't paying attention.
So basically, how does this story about monsoons show that the Indian culture had an advanced knowledge during that time period?
They figured out how to go how to use the stuff.
They figured out how to use
The
the
knowledge?
monsoons to their advantage, right?
Yep.
Yep, I spelled that wrong. Spell it right. They figured out how to use these monsoons to their advantage instead of letting it hurt them all the time and keep them from advancing their technology.
You mean they?
Yes, they.
You said the, not
I'm
they.
going to fix it. I just gotta. There you go.
Do you know why I can't wait to go to school?
Why?
So I can rollerblade to school.
Who's all going back?
That's the only reason.
I'm going back.
I'm
Me,
not.
I am.
Well, I'm already here.
Phil, I'm new ninja now. Okay, so
All right. So once you get these typed out, you can turn in. Well, actually, I don't want you to turn it in just yet because you can use all of these PowerPoints and everything until we're done with India. So don't turn it in just yet, but make sure you fill out all these sections. And then we're gonna go and do the other assignment that's on there.
Can you go to the first one again?
Yep. There you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
All right, we're gonna wait about 2 more minutes, let people finish typing up some stuff, and then we'll work on another assignment. Once you finish typing these, all you have to do is hit the X and exit out of the tab. You won't need it. It will save your work. I can see it on my end, so you'll be good. It will save.
Miss Jones, you know what my dog did yesterday? I was playing at the sand at our house, and guess what?
What?
While they were playing, she ran and hit me right in the head.
Ooh, ouch.
Like, she was running as fast as she could and hit me right in the head.
Headbutted you?
You headbutted me right here.
Ouch.
Miss Jones, are we gonna do anything else in this class?
Yep, we are gonna do one more thing.
Is that why
We're
you
gonna
have
do
that thing on your head?
No.
Oh.
It's just store.
Is Jojo gonna watch the video after we're done or not at all today?
We'll watch it at the end.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna close out of this one. If you need it, go ahead and find it in the video so you can finish it up, or finish it up on your own. So let me reload my Google Classroom so it shows up. Reload. There we go. So at about 12:30, some of you guys noticed it. I posted on Social Studies a new assignment called India River Valley Chart, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna read the article that's right here. It's a short it looks like the one we did for Mesopotamia. It's just about India instead. So we're gonna read that one and then answer some questions on this Jones River Valley chart. So if you open up that, it looks, again, exactly like the one we did for Mesopotamia because it's the same chart. We're just going to add the part for India now. Okay, so you'll need this chart open, and then I will have the article open on my screen, but you can also have it open if you would like to. I'm going to zoom in on the chart too. Oh, too far. 250. 50 is good. So notice that Mesopotamia is already done. We already did this part. We're going to talk about India this time. So we're going to be in that third column and fill out the boxes for that one. Okay, let me know when you got both open so that we can get going.
So you gave us the test again?
Got it.
The way we
I'm on it.
left it.
I'm on it. I'm not on it yet.
Okay.
Wait, can we open the PDF too?
You can if you would like to, but I'm going to have it open on my screen and read it to you guys.
Okay, I don't want to have mine open.
That's fine.
I never knew this would work so good as a mask.
Oops, did not mean to do that. We're gonna... All right. Let's go ahead and start reading this. Looks like most of you guys are ready for that. So, India, we're going to talk about ancient India like we have been. This article is similar to the one we read for Mesopotamia. We're just going to talk about ancient India instead. So it says, like Mesopotamia, Egypt, and China, another one of the earliest civilizations can be found on the Indian subcontinent. Around 2500 BCE, a civilization arose in modern-day Pakistan along the Indus River Valley. However, when compared to Mesopotamia, Egypt, and China, very little is known about the Indus Valley civilization. This is largely because the language that this civilization spoke has never been translated. Over 4,000 objects have been recovered from a variety of archaeological sites that show this mysterious script, yet no researcher, scientist, historian, or archaeologist has been able to break the cryptic code. So they had their own language in ancient India. Can we figure out how to read it though?
No.
Nope. Nobody has been able to figure it out. Maybe one day they will, but so far nobody has been able to figure out their language or any part of it. So they can't really figure out.
Translators though?
Yeah, but this language is so far like it's just untranslatable. There's not a translator that knows the language.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what translators do then.
Yeah, so the people that translate things, like say we have a book that was written in English and they translate it to Spanish, it's because someone speaks Spanish and they translate the book, right? But we don't have someone that's living right now that understands the language that they spoke in ancient India, so we can't translate any of their stuff.
There might be one person, but nobody probably knows about him.
It's possible.
Anything is possible. Anything. Oh wait, I was saying everything is awesome, and I thought it was anything is possible.
I mean, it kind of works. All right,
Yeah.
Our next paragraph here says, since
Fine.
little is known about the Indus Valley civilization, researchers have tried to learn all that they can from teeth and bones that have been recovered through archaeological digs. Researchers have also looked at waste sites for evidence of animal bones or seafood shells. From this, it has been discovered that the Indus Valley civilization raised cattle, pigs, goats, and sheep. Melting snow from the Himalaya mountains provided the Indus Valley with fresh water that was used to grow crops like wheat, peas, melons, and dates. Like most ancient people, it is believed that those living in the Indus Valley ate a very healthy diet. However, skeletal evidence shows that men were better fed than women. Since the ancient writings cannot be deciphered, we can only assume that males held a superior position in the Indus society. So that kind of goes right along with Mesopotamia, where men and boys were much better off than the women and the girls, right? They can't really say for sure, but they can gather from like evidence that they found. Yeah, what's up? No? You good? All right. Let's keep reading. Next paragraph. Despite lacking a complete understanding of the language or diet, researchers have still been able to uncover many details about what might have been the civilization's most amazing achievement, their cities. Roughly around the time Egypt was building the Great Pyramids of Giza, ancient Indians were building very sophisticated cities. Many Indus Valley cities, such as those at Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, were built to withstand the seasonal flooding brought on by the Indus River. For example, both cities had strong earthen walls to protect from the invader waters. Harappa was further protected from flooding by being built on raised platforms. This allowed floodwaters that breached the city's walls to actually rest beneath the cities. So archaeologists have discovered that the people, like these ancient Indians, they built their cities like up on a platform so that when it flooded, it wouldn't get in their houses and stuff like that. It would just go underneath their buildings, which is super cool, like in general. I think that's a cool thing. Our next paragraph, cities in the Indus Valley displayed a host of other exceptional characteristics. Unlike the maze-like cities in Mesopotamia, those in the Indus Valley were built on a grid system which allowed for easier navigation. 2, Mesopotamian homes and buildings were built with little consistency. Bricks were very often different sizes, which made repairs difficult. However, in the Indus Valley, the people had a system for creating bricks that were all the same size. Lastly, Indus Valley cities were far ahead of their time when it came to what existed inside of their homes. Specifically, many homes were equipped with a unique water distribution system that provided a sort of running water into the home. Even more amazing, people of the Indus Valley homes were the world's earliest to have flushing toilets. These existed in many homes and were connected to a neighboring home by a common pipe. So even back then, they were thinking of how to get rid of their waste better than just dumping it outside, right? So
That would stink. Like, actually, it would stink.
it would legitimately stink. Yes, you don't need that.
Especially barf and all that stuff.
So, so these people in the Indus Valley created like some sort of running water, a system like that, so that they could wash away the gross things that came out of them. So, and our last paragraph here says, the Indus cities began to decline between 1900 to 1700 BCE, but since we cannot decipher the Indus Valley language, we do not know exactly what caused their decline. So how their empire fell, we don't really know. Today, researchers believe that an outbreak of disease or natural disasters were responsible. The outbreak of disease is kind of ironic because we're kind of right there right now, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then the natural disasters that they're probably talking about could be what? If we think about ancient India, what natural disaster happens a lot? What have we been reading about? Those major storms.
Monsoon.
Monsoons could have been a huge reason for why these cities didn't last. It could have flooded them in the summer ones. The wind could have maybe, like, their structures weren't very stable. Maybe it blew them over. Things like that, right? or an earthquake, possibly. But we don't really know exactly why these cities didn't last for longer.
Dylan, what are you doing?
Alrighty. So that's our article right there. Let's go ahead and move over to our chart and just fill out our chart. We are on, make sure you're writing in the correct one. We did Mesopotamia, who's the farthest to the left. Are we going to write our stuff in Egypt right now?
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh wait, you gave it back to us.
I did.
Didn't
It's
know
the same one that we filled out. Now we're just going to move over to the India section. So make sure you're on that third section under India. And now, what rivers have we talked about that are related to India?
Indus and Ganges.
Good. The Ganges River and the Indus River. Those are our two main rivers.
Can we turn it in after?
Yeah, once we finish both slides, because
Yeah.
there's a second slide too. Yep,
Are we doing ancient Egypt next?
I believe so.
And then after that, China, and then ancient Rome?
I believe so. I don't remember the order that we go in. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't wait to do ancient Rome, even though it's a while away.
I think it is.
That's gonna be fun. I like that. I've seen the video like 3 to 4 times. It's so I like the video.
Alrighty. What year did India begin? We haven't actually explicitly said this, but if we look at our article,
2500 BC.
good, 2500
That's like-
BCE.
1,000 years later.
So we know that Mesopotamia came about in about 3500 BC, and since ancient time in the BCE goes in reverse order, so 3500 BC is farther back in time than 2500 BC,
That's
right?
that'd be like from 2020 all the way to 3020.
What does BCE mean?
Before Common Era. So before 0, right? So you have 0, like 0 years, and then the year 2020 is 2020 years after the 0. And then this year, 2500 BCE is 2500 years before 0.
Wait, then what would 2020 be? 220 ACE?
It's AD, after death.
Oh.
Okay. Let's do the next one. What they kind of mentioned it in our articles, in the article we just read. What are some major cities? They mentioned 2. They also say them in the song, and I see them in this middle paragraph right here. I can't highlight it. I was trying to. Oh, there it goes. Cities are in that paragraph.
Giza?
No, that's in Egypt.
Oh.
The Harappa
Good. Harappa is one.
Paragraph.
and the Mohenjo-daro.
So Harappa is one of the major cities in ancient India, and then Mohenjo-daro is the other one. So let's go type that in. We have
Isn't one Judaro or something like that?
Mohenjo-daro. Yep.
Oh, okay. Because I just heard it from the song.
Yeah, they say it kind of interesting in the song because he's trying to do like his rapping, but it's Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro. So those are 2 major cities.
The weird thing about this song is that they have an elephant / baby.
That's part of ancient Indian religion. Like Buddhism and Hinduism, they worship elephants and things like that. We'll talk about that probably on Monday. I don't think we'll get to it on Friday. Okay.
What's the next one?
3 facts that describe their way of life. So just based on that article, what are some things that we know about their life in ancient India?
It flooded a lot from all the monsoons.
Good, it flooded a lot. from the monsoons. What else happened? What else can we say about their life? You can think
They're
about it in terms of,
Wealthy?
say it again, sorry.
They're not wealthy?
They're not very wealthy, no. Good. What else was important about them? Think about their buildings. They had some cool buildings. What was cool about them?
That they had different size of bricks.
Well, Mesopotamia had different size bricks because they couldn't figure out how to make them the same size. So India had what type of bricks?
I don't remember.
Anybody else?
Equal size bricks.
Yeah, they were all equal size. They were all the same size so that they could stack better. Good. I guess we don't need a fourth one, but if you can think of anything else, go ahead and put it there. Totally fine. Give you a second to write those ones down, and then we'll do our last one.
And then we can listen to the song?
After we put, yeah,
yeah.
after we do the map. Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty, now we need 2 major accomplishments.
They figured out how to sail across the seas with the monsoons.
Good. They figured out how to spell things right.
They figured out how to use the monsoons to sail.
Yep. Good. And so that's traveling. What about in their cities? There's one thing that the article mentioned that was like back then pretty revolutionary. That was really important for the cleanliness of their cities, I guess.
Someone created a thing for the fresh water.
Fresh water and running water, right? Fresh water, and running water.
How is
I don't know.
fresh water not a word?
Fresh water is a word. It's 2 words.
I know, but
I'm sorry, it kicked me out.
That's all right. Just go ahead and catch up with us. I'm gonna leave this up for about 2 minutes. Then we'll look at slide number 2, and then if you would like to stay for the video, you can. If not, I'll let you head out after that. But I also need to check my attendance before you leave. I don't know why. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna check my attendance just really quick. Sorry. Make sure I have everybody written down.
I'm here.
How do you spell fresh?
Fresh.
Oh, that's why.
Did you spell it wrong?
I spelled it FERASH.
That'll do it.
Yep.
Okay, I got everybody that's here. Okay, about 2 minutes on this part, and then we'll look at slide number 2 and be all done.
Wait, where are the Ganges rivers and the Indus rivers at?
The Ganges River is in like the northwest of India. And
India must be big.
they are pretty big, yeah. They're long,
Super
I guess.
hot.
And then the Indus River is in the like kind of like the northeast-ish. Alrighty. If you still need it, you can stay on after and we'll get it. Let's go ahead and look at slide number 2. I'm gonna zoom
Good
out.
thing we don't have running water, because if we had running water, it would be harder to It would be hard to drink some water because it would be running away from us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep. Alright. This is good, yeah. So basically, circle number 3. We're on circle number 3, not number 2, because we skipped over Egypt for right now. We're on the Indus Valley. We need to put this where the Indus Valley is. So we need to look at our map,
Wait, why? How come it's not 2?
because number 2 is for the Nile River civilization,
Oh,
which is
that's
Egypt.
right.
Yeah, we're on number 3, which is the Indus Valley. So this is India. We want to put this number 3 where India is. So if we look at our map right here, where is India?
Right in that lid where that tiny. Go wait. Go straight
The upside down pyramid thing.
down. No, right there.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Good. So these 2 lines right here, this is the Ganges River, the one that's running up and kind of curves down. And then the Indus River is the one that's right here. That
We should
is
do
kind of
ancient
short.
America.
So we are going to move our number 3 to about there.
We should do ancient America.
You guys talk about American civilizations and the beginning of those probably in 7th and 8th grade, not in, yeah, because technically America is not that old. Compared to other civilizations in the world and places that were settled first, America is really not
300 years
old.
It's like 300 years old.
Yeah, versus like places like India, we know people have lived there for
How do
a
you
really
move
long time.
the? How do you move the? Like, how do you? I don't get how you move the. Oh, never mind.
Got it. Yeah, you just kind of have to move it around, like move your cursor around until you get the 4 arrows, and then the
Yeah,
4
and then you
arrows.
just put it right in the middle.
Yep.
Right in the
Right.
middle.
Yep. Alrighty.
Do we turn it in
So-
now?
Yeah, once you finish up that stuff, you can turn it in.